Hello, welcome back to Felix Arwell. Today I will be working on a set of pumpkins. First of all, I will cover these pumpkins with a mix of gesso and this orange Artist Love that I got from Michael's. And this particular paint, soft body paint, is translucent. It's rather very translucent, so it will take me forever to get a good coat of it. But if I mix it with gesso, it turns it opaque and I can do this job much faster. Now I'm going to give it a second coat of orange. So I'm adding more orange to the blend I already had. And to tame it down, I'm adding just a couple of drops of black. If you want to jump ahead to see the actual pour, that's at minute mark 6:44. And if you want to see how I mix the paints specifically for this project, that's on minute 2:44. Now I want to add dimensions. So I'm going to play with different tones. I'm still using the same mix I had there. So I just add more black or more white to make it lighter or darker. And so I'm just getting into the crevices and giving it dimension. I like to play with from 3 to 4 tones of the same color on this particular object. Now I am adding the icing on the cake, the final highlight. And I am aware that some of these highlights will be covered by the pour once I start pouring on it. But that's okay. I mean, because I don't know what I'm going to do once I start pouring. So I want to give it highlights to every single section on these pumpkins. The idea I have in mind is to do 2 different tones of Alizarin Crimson. I am doing this first tone with black. I'm going to add plenty of black to make it really dark, almost black. So it's going to look like older blood, you know. And I got to mix it really well. Add a little bit of water to mix it. Keep mixing it. And I will be adding the Floetrol later on. So now I'm cutting this one. And same idea. I'm going to just utilize as much of the paint in this container, but I'm going to add less black to this one. This is going to be a lighter tone, and I'm going to mix it really well. I must say it's rather difficult working blending paint in a container like this, but it's what it is. It just takes a little longer. And I'm going to add a drop of this bright red to it. Now my unbleach white, this is the one that's going to have the cell activator. I use this product which was not intended for that. It's called Floetrol by Liquitex, and it was actually intended, or it is intended, for working with paints for airbrush. Okay, it's time to add Floetrol just a little bit because I'm working with soft body paints, and it's really hard to mix them with the Floetrol if you fill up the cup to the amount, the full amount that you need in that particular mix. So I add just a tiny little bit of Floetrol, mix it really well, and then I add the rest of it. All right, they're all ready. Now I'm going to check the consistency. I like to check it out. And it's not moving at all. I'm going to add more water and see if I can fix that. Stir it a little and check again. All right, looks better. Now I need to try the other colors. Let's try this one. That's almost a black red. And that one is in need of more water as well, till I get it right. And I think that's good. This might seem like a boring step, but it's necessary to save yourself from frustration and save money at the same time. This one's doing good. When all your colors have the same density, they work better on the surface, be it a canvas or be an object. But if they have different densities, then you're gonna have problems. Good, 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 not good. Okay. Alrighty, I have all my paints ready. Bright red, Alizarin Crimson with a little bit of black. The other Alizarin with a lot of black. I'm ready. Let's do this. Alright, the darkest red is gonna be the first pour. Oh, and I'm using a little bit of Golden Metallic by Liquitex Basics. Okay, the faces, I'm gonna try not to pour any paint on the faces, but whatever happens, happens. You know how this goes. Now the speed of the video is twice as fast in this section when I'm pouring to save some time and make this video a little shorter. Bueno. ¿Sabes qué? Este se va a ver divino con el dorado. Uy, qué padre. I really like this golden by Liquitex. It's the first time I use it, and I thought that once I diluted it with Floetrol, it wouldn't be so metallic. But no, amazingly, it's pretty metallic. It's shiny. It's really, really nice. Once it dries up, I mean, while it's wet, looks nice, and while it's dry, hopefully it will look nice. I really like this section. I can see a few cells stretching out. I feel like when I do a pour on an object compared to a canvas, it's a little more intense. It's a completely different ball game because you have to be checking every single side, rotating the object and see what's going on all sides simultaneously. So I don't know, I feel like there's a lot more action and your mind it's on a different feel. I love both experiences, but they're just different. This is my first large object that I'm working on in a while. 5 years ago, I made a Tara statue. I did a pour over a Tara statue. And you can see that on my playlist. I'll leave a link right here. And it's the pouring over 3D objects playlist. And the paint I mixed on that one particular, which I think it was my very first pour on an object, and the paint was too runny, a little too runny, but it came out nice. It's just that I feel it's easier to control the paint when it's a bit thicker on an object. But it's totally up to you. It depends what effects you want to see. It's all on what you have in mind. So anything goes in this type of technique. Pretty much anything goes. There's no right or wrong. Oh, look, it's like it's puking blood. So I'm gonna add more. Let's add some of this bright red. You can buy these wrappers by the 100 on Amazon. They're just like $6.99, $7.99. But you can also use the glass eye droppers, the ones that come like in the herbal tinctures. Those are perfect too. You just gotta make sure you keep it clean. You throw it in the water rinse it as soon as you're done with it, and even rinse it with alcohol so the paint doesn't stick. I think I should stop. Let's see. Turn it around. Analyze it. Ooh, I like that. I like what's going on there. Those cells like opening up, stretching out. I really like it. Check the action on this other side. I like it. Yep. It's time to stop and let it dry. And guess what? I can't wait to do another one. All right, and this is all the leftover paint that fell on this surface. I scooped it off camera like so. And I'm gonna store it. It can stay in this container for about 3 months and it stays good. So just make sure it's properly covered. Next day is nice and dry. I like it. Yep. Well, should I varnish this? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I will. Just to protect it so the paint doesn't chip off. All right. Looking good. The paint, when it's not so watery, it sticks better. And it has more intensity. The colors have more intensity. When you put too much water, they dull out. They lose their brightness. And this gold by Liquitex looks beautiful. I highly recommend it. It's an affordable price too. Well, thank you for watching. Give me a like and subscribe to see more videos coming up soon. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.